Hey y'all, it's your girl Nayara Ijezi, and today I wanted to record this very quick video talking a little bit about 10 things that I wish that someone would have told me before I turned 30. Now, disclaimer, I am a big believer that you should live without any regrets. So this video is not about crying over spilt milk and feeling guilty or being regretful of things in the past. This video is for someone out there who is about to be 30, or you're young and you're just thinking about the future and you're just wondering, am I living the ways that I should be actually living, or doing things that I should actually be doing? This video is really for you, for people who just like to reflect and maybe hear from others who have been there, done that. So let's jump into these 10 things that I wish someone would have told me before I turned 30. The first thing that I wish someone would have told me before I turned 30, the top on the list, is to embrace who you are. God made you who you are for a reason. Be yourself, because everybody else is taken. You'll be so much happier if you start to live in your truth. So that is the first thing that I wish that someone would have told me, was to just embrace who you are and the skin that you are in. Second thing that I wish that someone would have told me before I turned 30 is to invest in your health. Listen, you guys, health is wealth, period. We all know this. This is honestly very self-explanatory, but invest in your health, okay? You will go so much further if you begin to take the extra time, take the money, whatever it is, to invest in your body, invest in the way that you feel, okay? Whether that's investing in exercise or the gym, whatever it is for your body, investing in better foods, quit with the junk food and the fast food. Even though it's convenient, in the long run, you feel so much happier with yourself that you decided to not go to McDonald's, because you know what? You are thinking about your future, you're thinking about your health. Investing in your health is really important. Third thing I wish someone would have told me before I turned 30 is to manage your finances. This is a huge one. We all know that when you become an adult, the bills start coming in, the debt starts to accumulate. You got so many things that you need to do, and sometimes you don't know how you're gonna do it. You don't know where the money is gonna come from. And honestly, in your 20s, if you're like me, I didn't care. I didn't care to budget. I didn't care to track my finances. I didn't care about those things. But you know what? I wish that I did. I wish that I built those habits earlier on, because it would have been so much easier for me now that I'm 30 to be managing my money and to be budgeting and to just be doing these things that are necessary for saving, for building assets, for building wealth. If this is the one thing that you take from this video, start looking into your finances, start creating a budget monthly, track everything down to the red cent. You are gonna thank me later if you do this. Fourth thing that I wish that someone would have told me is to don't have a fear of failure. It's normal to feel fear. Feel those feelings and do it anyway. Do not let fear stop you from doing the things that you want to do. I know it's hard. Failure is key in order to reach success. The faster that you can fail, the faster that you can get to where you need to go. The fifth thing that I wish that someone would have told me is to nurture your relationships with others. I felt like that just needed a little moment of silence, and I'm gonna repeat it again because this is a slept on one. Nurture the relationships that you have. Now, let me tell you a couple of reasons why. We're gonna break this one down a little bit. First off, when you're in your 20s and all throughout your early years growing up, you have a lot of friends. You make a lot of friends, you're meeting all these people. As I got closer to 30, those relationships dwindle. You don't have as many opportunities to make friends, to meet people. Hey sis, what's going on? So you're not gonna have all of these opportunities to make friends and build connections. So it's super important to do that when you're in your 20s and to really nurture those relationships. Because honestly, you guys, and contrary to popular belief, people are not replaceable. They are not as replaceable as you think they are. When you come across certain people, you will never come across these people again. So you want to keep in touch with them because honestly, your network is your net worth. So do not forget that. Nurture these relationships. Don't let these people slip out of your hands. Now, of course, if there's people out there that are not in your corner, who do not have your best interests, who bring you down, you can let those people go. But the people who are really showing up for you, who are cheerleaders, who are positive people, who support you, who want to collaborate with you, etc., 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 all the good, keep those people around and make sure you're reaching out to them. Make sure you're checking in on them. It's so easy to get caught up in your life and all the things that you have going on and you forget about people. But I'm here to tell you that it is important to have these friendships and to cultivate these relationships with people. So don't let it slip through the cracks. I have done that in the past and I've struggled with it, and I'm telling you guys, it is not fun. It's not fun to look around and not see anyone in your corner because you decided to just focus on you and to forget about people and to think that people are replaceable, because they're not. So cultivate those relationships and nurture those friendships. Sixth thing that I wish someone would have told me is to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Now, this one is specifically for my ladies. We have been given an incredible gift. And if you don't believe that, I'm here to tell you that your intuition is a gift. It is literally your higher self giving you insights on things that are to come. Now, when we do not listen to it, we are rejecting our higher self. We are sometimes rejecting God, and we are rejecting our heart, because our intuition really sheds light on our soul, on our heart, on our truest desires, our truest feelings. And it's scary sometimes. It can be very scary to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is telling you things about the unknown. And if you're like me, I have a fear of the unknown sometimes, and I don't see it. I don't see the future in things sometimes, and it can be really overwhelming when I get this gut feeling about something and I will second guess it, and I'll be like, no, you know what does my intuition really know? I'm just gonna go ahead with my mind, my logic, or who cares? I'm just gonna do it anyway. And then guess what happens? You look back and you say to yourself, I should have trusted my gut. Why didn't I listen to my intuition? Why did I do this when I knew the answer? Literally, I knew what was gonna happen and I did it anyway. Your intuition is always right. And even though it might not seem like it is in the moment, it is. So just listen to your intuition, because you're gonna be better off. All right, another thing that I wish someone would have told me, number 7, travel more. Travel, sis, travel, travel, travel. Just having the opportunity to travel in itself is a luxury that not many people have. So whenever you have the opportunity to travel, take it. Learning about new cultures, experiencing new places, there is nothing in the world that can really compare to that. And traveling is so beautiful. I love traveling. Some people don't care for it. I love it. And I think it's so important to travel. Even if you only get the chance to travel once a year, do it. You're going to be so much happier when you take that vacation. We all need times where we're resting. We all need times where we're taking a moment to reflect, taking a moment to just chill and soak up the benefits of our hard work. And I like to do that with traveling. You might find something else to do it with, but travel as often as possible. You will never regret traveling. The eighth thing that I wish that someone would have told me before I turned 30 is to define success by your terms. Now, this is a huge one. We see successful people in our lives, either online or people that we have close proximity to, and we then say to ourselves, that person is successful, and because my life doesn't look similar to their lives, because I haven't accomplished things that are similar to what they accomplish, I am not successful. That is not true. Do not look at other people's lives and other people's successes and then try to apply it to your life. Not only is that gonna make you feel like shit, but also it is not your story. That person's success is not your story. God did not design for you to have the same successes as other people. He designed us to be different. He designed our successes to look different. So you need to define what success looks like for you. Not look at other people and think, this person has this person has that, they accomplished this, and that. That means that now I have to do that as well. Because just because it works for someone else does not mean it's gonna work for you. One of my favorite speakers, Jim Rohn, he talked about people who are successful. The person who works at McDonald's could see themselves as successful because when they look back on their lives, they could think, oh my God, I used to be homeless and now I have a job at McDonald's. I would have never thought that I would have accomplished all of this. And that is success for them. And who's to say that they're not successful? Because they are. What success looks like is honestly relative. It is something that is relative to the situation, relative to the person, and we can all share a similar opinion about what success is and what it's not. However, at the end of the day, I know for me, I don't want anyone to define success based on their own assumptions and their own opinions. I have my own ideas on what success looks like in my life, and I don't want to prescribe to anyone else's idea of what success is. So I would suggest that you do the same. Define what success looks like in your life and then live by that truth and nobody else's. The ninth thing that I wish that someone would have told me before I turned 30 is to live with more intention. Be more intentional. Think more about the repercussions of your actions, of the things that you do or don't want to do. Be intentional. There were times where I just didn't think that much. I didn't really think things through. I just did it because I felt like doing it. And I honestly, if I was given the opportunity to go back in time when I was thinking in that way, I would take it and I would do things differently. And that's really because I didn't live with any intention. I just did things very willy-nilly, whatever, shrugged my shoulders, rolled my eyes about it, and I didn't really care. And through not caring, there were so many things that I could have avoided if I just thought a second more about it. So definitely live with more intention and put more thought into the things that you're doing, because you're gonna be so much more happier and you're gonna feel more grateful that you did. All right, last but not least, number 10 is to be kinder to myself. Just gonna let that sink in. I wish someone would have told me all those years to be nicer to myself, to show myself compassion, to not be so critical of myself, to not be so judgmental of myself, to not be so hard on myself, ultimately to give myself grace. Life is hard enough, and you probably have people out there who are doubting you, who say negative things about you or to you, who criticize you. So why are you adding to the noise? Why are you confirming with your own voice the things that people are saying to you? The negative things, that is. You need to be gentle to yourself. You need to speak highly of yourself, because if you don't, who is? You can't count on the next person to pour into you the way that you would pour into yourself. And I wish that someone would have told me, Nayara, stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being your biggest critic. And I know this is hard. Me even saying this right now is even hard, because we are our biggest critics. Each and every one of us can be so hard on ourselves. And I don't even know you, and I know that you're hard on yourself, because that's something as humans we suffer with a lot. Striving for perfection, wanting to be the best, wanting to look the best, and the list goes on. But in reality, I'm sure that people probably see you and probably think that you have it all figured out, you have it all put together. They probably wonder how you do it. And it'd be really hilarious if they knew, or if they were inside of your brain and they heard the way that you spoke to yourself and the amount of negativity that you had in your brain about yourself. They'd be shocked. They'd be shocked, because that is not how they see you. They don't think that you don't think you're the shit, and they'd be shocked to think that you think like that. So why are you out here putting yourself down? You are the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm telling you this because God brought you into this world. So how couldn't you be great? Give yourself grace. That is what God wants from you. That is what He wants from me. That is what He wants from each of us. Because the more grace that you give yourself, the more grace you can give someone else. The less critical you are to yourself, the less critical you are going to be to others. And guess what? That is what makes our world a better place. It all starts from within. So that concludes my list of 10 things that I wish someone would have told me before I turned 30. I hope that you guys love this list. I hope that some of these things really stood out to you. I hope that everything on this list was something that God has been trying to tell you for the longest, and it took you coming across this video for it to finally click. I hope that you, whoever you are watching this video, take heed of these things and make a change today, because your life depends on it. And if nobody told you today, we only have this life to live, so we need to live it the best way we can. And if that means that we got to make some changes, let's do it, because our life depends on it. So I hope you guys love this video. I hope that you love these tips, and please let me know if you'd like more, because I am down to continue this. And as always, continue to keep up with me. Follow me on all platforms at Nayara Ijezi, and stay tuned for more videos. God bless.